Yeah, so this is a simple counter or application where we are going to develop from scratch. This is very important, especially if you are a beginner or someone who want to basically get the logics very well. So we have a lot of AI tools out there that, like, I think you can basically use this that you can use to develop the very application, but it is actually important to get the basics right before you start using the artificial intelligence or the AI tool. So this is basically going to be a simple counter application. So I'm going to do the CSS style, the CSS aspect of it, and so for this, just the focus is going to be on the logic side. So maybe so let me see. The focus is actually going to be on the so you're going to work on that in the plus aspect and the minus aspect. That's the incremental aspect and the decrease aspect as well. So what I'm working on is basically so getting text let me 20 pages. I want it to be very large so that you can see it very well on the screen that I'm working on. So I'm using Tailwind CSS, and basically you can have a look at what I'm working on currently. So this is what I want us to basically have a look at this. So all of this also in the div. So then I'm going to ensure that we have a class name of space y, and I'm giving it 5. So you're giving it a spacing that's okay. So the spacing is 5. Okay, I think I'm not getting something here. So wow, space should work. Space y, space should work. That's the y-axis and the x-axis. So for the spacing I want to have so I think initially I had some issue. Okay, so 20 pixels. Okay, seems actually having some. As I want the text to be a little bit, like big. I want it to be big. So something like this, I think maybe we can actually see. And this is basically a simple counter application. Let me take off this is what I am actually having. That's why you were seeing that very long text there. So this is a counter application. So where are we going to display that's our result? So our result is basically going to be here. So counter display. So this is where we are going to display. So basically we have our simple interface here where you can basically see the counter being displayed in here. So let's that's the variables that we are going to use. So we are going to use that's it. So count, set count equals to, we are using state management, so useState, it sets a value of that's 0 to it, so that we can basically set values that by default we are having a value. And what are we supposed to do now? We set a value of 0 to a variable that's count. So the set count will be the value that along the when we press the button, it will automatically change the value that we've set. So we are going to use on-click feature for this very button, and we are going to ensure we implement this. So this is going to be that's what we are going to be working on. Yeah, so before we actually begin, I want you to basically have a clear understanding of where we've rated currently right now, so you can actually see what's going on in there. Okay, so right now, let's say, so we have to set our count or the increase or the count by 1. So this is what we are actually going to do. So on click feature, then we are basically setting our count, this very set count by the count, by this very count plus 1. Yeah, so this will be the function that we are actually working on, the state management. This is what we are trying to change. So when we ensure that we are basically going to change that the value here, we are changing it from the set count. So we are setting this very set count by this value here by 1. So when you press on this very button, it is going to increase our value in there. So that's what so for now we've actually worked on the increase button, and right after that we are going to display the results. So what are you going to display? Are you going to display the count or the set count? So we are going to display the count. We've changed the count, so obviously the count has been changed. So this is what we've actually worked on. So let's go to the interface and see whether things are working the way we expect it to be. So basically you can see that things are working, so you can increase it to the number that we actually want. So count display, and we also want to ensure that when we click on the minus as well, it will automatically reduce or decrease the number. So same approach here. You need to use the on click. This is basically a simple simple counter application for you to have clear understanding on, so that you, as a beginner, you need to have the logics right before you start implementing any other tool that you can basically use in future to improve your work. Get the logics right. So this is actually a value that we actually set. So this is what we actually set, and right now the only difference is the minus sign. So right now when we click on this very button and we click on the minus sign, we are supposed to see some decrease. So this is our counter application, and we are done. Yeah, so Next.js with TypeScript, we are able to do this simple counter application. Yeah, see you take.